H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And guess what? It's Monday. Crazy weekend, man. I know. Hey, thank y'all. Let me give a shout out. That is Moody, and to all the people, Corey Henderson. Let me shout out those guys. Yeah, thank for the articles that you message me, and it's so ironic that sometimes when y'all send me the message, I've already read it. But always remember, if you send me an article like last night. I have so much reading to do, I can't get to it. But shout out to y'all, man. Let me tell you something. When we have got a great universe here, and we got to be proud of the things that we're going. Shout out. First of all, before I go any further, let me recognize the starting five today. And the starting five is the people we affectionately call the people who sign on to the Facebook feed or the YouTube feed first. And it pops up on my screen, a big screen right here in front of me. And I got Sonia Billingsley, Mindy Collins, Rick Brown, Todd Holmes, and Derek Johnson, all the way from Germany. Rick Brown, I think Rick Brown is in another city. Chris Charles is the sixth man. And we got a lot of people. Rod Wells is in the building. I see my girls. I see everybody. Hey, Tayandra, and y'all. Monday. What's up? What's up, Mike? Wait a minute, Mike Tate. What's up, Alfio? Let me tell y'all something. Unique thing happened this weekend. We did Chop Shop overtime. I know we didn't give y'all. Yeah, Rick Brown, we didn't give y'all a lot of heads up. 92kels.com. It was a unique thing being back in a studio, but I ain't trying to go back studio like that. But we had fun, Jimmy and I, man. We had fun. We had three great guests. We had the coaches for Prairie View and the coach from TSU, Johnny Jones and Byron Smith. And guess what? We also had DJ Richards. We had a young player come on and talk about his recruiting. Man, let me tell you something. So on those overtimes on the weekend, most time we can't get the kids during the week, but we probably get them through the weekend. I thought that was a unique touch. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Let me go around the horn. I got some more stuff for y'all. I'm looking at your thing. Let me tell y'all something though. Over the weekend, I had a chance to marinate everything. Yes, the Steelers lost. I got that. I had to marinate some though. A woman from Spelman, from a city. Y'all got to listen to me. A woman from Spelman, from a city ran by a woman from FAMU, helped a woman from Howard become the first female black U.S. president, and a man from Morehouse become the first black U.S. senator from Georgia. I'm going to repeat that because that's going to go way over some people's head. Check this out. Check this out now. I know Sensei, man, I just want to talk about sports. Yeah, I understand. But check this out. A woman from Spelman, from a city ran by a woman from FAMU, Keisha Bottoms, helped a woman from Howard become the first female and black vice president, Kamala Harris, in case you didn't know, and a man from Morehouse, Raphael Warnock, in case you didn't know, become the first black U.S. senator from Georgia. Let me tell y'all something. HBCUs, I'm so proud of y'all. HBCUs, let me tell y'all, I know we get on, they rocking, man. They rocking. We got a great HBCU battle tonight, Dale Griggs, at in the Baby Dome, I think up in Prairie View, if I might mistake. Yes, TSU is going to play. I just wish I could go out there, y'all. You know how I'm thinking about it. But then I heard they had snow up north. Yo, hold up. What about the snow? And where y'all some of the people that left Houston and went up 45 north to check out the snow? But shout out to those HBCU people, man. It's just unbelievable. Let me see. I had some more stuff for y'all. It's about. I don't want to get in. I want to wait till Jimmy get there. But shout out to Eugene Goodman. Eugene Goodman was the cop that was in the paper. The Capitol cop that was. We would look like, hey, Yolanda Green, where you been, girl? But in the video, it looked like he was running from the insurrectionists. You notice I said that word, yes. They're thugs, they're insurrectionists. He was running from them, but we find out he was leading them away from the Senate chambers. He was leading them away. So shout out to you, Gene. He's a hero in my book. He's a real life Black Panther. I know you guys saw the videos, and it seemed like he was running, but he ran them people right to where he wanted to run them to. Great situation with him. Shout out to you. Look that name up, Eugene Goodman. And the College National Football Championship is going to be played tonight. What's that? What's the name? Ohio State versus that team down there, Alabama that's close to Georgia. Alabama, okay. But it's unbelievable. And y'all, 60 years. Got this from Joe Madison today. On this day, 60 years ago, a mob. When people talk about this has never happened before. This has never happened before. A mob, let me get it right, of students at the University of Georgia, rioted against the admission of the school's first Black students. Charlene Hunter, and Hamilton Holmes. This hate has lived in America's hearts for a long time, y'all. Learn your history, man. That's why I give y'all this kind of stuff sometimes, see Sensei, because a lot of this stuff, y'all got to realize I'm just loving this WNBA right now. I'm just loving them girls. I'm just loving what them women do. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Do not sleep on the role that the WNBA played in this Georgia race. In case you didn't know. Oh yeah, okay, sister, my bad, baby. Hey, come on, y'all. Y'all, come on, give me a chance. It's Monday. Hold on, let me give me a sip. Hold on. All right, that's my hot tea with lemon. Check this out. Warnock, before the WNBA girls got involved, he was polling somewhere below 10% when the Atlanta Dream started wearing his name, response to the team's governor. I don't call them owners, I call them governors now. Kelly Loeffler, the former senator of Georgia, and her condemnation of Black Lives Matter and the Say Her Name movement. In other words, the owner, Kelly Loeffler of the Atlanta Dreams, was getting mad at the WNBA and her own team for supporting those calls. What's up, Joe Baldwin? What's up, Rick Tim? Check this out, y'all. After those girls, those ladies wore Raphael Warnock name on the shirts. That up Warnock's profile, and now he stands to be the first Black man, first to be a senator from Georgia in the Deep South. Unbelievable. But check this out. The WNBA is a league that's 80% Black women who have been the voice of the voices. I know you guys finna be back, but it's women rock. I told y'all women rock every day on this show. But check this out. They dedicated the bubble season to the Say Her Name campaign. Loeffler didn't like that. She spoke out against it and said that she didn't like it. This Kelly Loeffler, this the owner of the Atlanta Dream. Stacey Abrams helped these girls organize. And they develop a relationship with Warnock. Check these numbers out, ladies and gentlemen. On August the 6th, Reverend Warnock's campaign reported that the day after the WNBA women wore his shirts, the day after, okay, the campaign raised over $185,000 online, and they added over 3,500 new grassroots donors. Check this out. And grew his Twitter following by 3,500. And that was just a couple of days after they wore the shirts. Thank you, Trey Phillips. Check this out, y'all. You remember it went viral. Let me tell you something. The WNBA players, no doubt, had an impact on the outcome of that Senate race. Remember I said the man was polling at less than 10%. It was a springboard for what was happening in Georgia. I'm just so proud of these guys. The world finally realizing the power of these women and what these women have. Naomi Osaka, then LeBron James with more than a vote. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something about that Stacey Abrams that people been. I see why they got to talk about her and call out her name. Let me show you something else she did, in case you didn't know. Yeah. Hey, Martin. Yeah, hey, check this out. In case you didn't know. Y'all Google this. All you Googlers, Google it. Stacey Abrams was responsible for the Atlanta Dream coming to Atlanta. She was one of the biggest lobbyists. She recruited the team to come to Atlanta. I know y'all didn't know it. I know they didn't know it. Check this out. She negotiated the team contract with the city. She laid out the infrastructure. She's a smart girl now. She don't play. She went, but you know what though? What I love about her, because we talk about turning this state that we live in blue also. You know what she did? And some people from Atlanta was just telling me what she did, y'all. She went back into the communities and told those people, Lil Rick, that this election depended on them. Tony, Corey, she went into the communities and told them this election depends on you. She had to change their mindset. She had to change their mindset, Dale Griggs. You got to understand, Dale, even some people on this Facebook feed, we have been told in our communities that our vote didn't matter. It don't matter. But through this process, we found out that all the little white lies that we've been told all along the way, if you have a felony, you can't vote. You will never be able to vote. It doesn't matter if you vote anyway, because the people in office are not, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. I know y'all heard it. But guess what? Kenneth Gamble, Brandon Nicholson, she got in that community and started educating people. Boots on the ground. She wanted to restore their belief in the vote. What she did was gave black people energy behind their power. She already knew they had the power, they didn't have no energy. That's why the world is changing and Georgia is changing. And guess what? It's possible. It's possible to change Texas. It's possible. And I just wanted to share that with y'all because I know we got a lot of stuff going on in the news. I want to talk about Bob Huggins. I got some videos I want to show y'all. Check this out. I got some stuff I want to share with y'all. Check this out. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of cussing going on this weekend. But let me check you out with Jamel Hill. Let me check this out for you. Let me give you this for a second.
Dear America, if you think I'm about to deliver a message of encouragement or hope, if you think I'm about to tell you that we're better than this, that yesterday is not who we are, then let me be absolutely clear. You got me all the way fucked up. Instead, let me give you the real. The people responsible for yesterday's shameful insurrection, besides the lawless domestic terrorists, are Donald Trump, people who voted for Donald Trump, lawmakers like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, who coddled, enabled, and kissed Donald Trump's ass, the media who refused to treat his lies like actual lies, the networks that built huge audiences around pushing his propaganda and inciting people's worst instincts, and the social media platforms who refused to regulate his racist, bigoted words and helped him push a dangerous agenda that deeply radicalized and divided people. Your Frankenstein got somebody killed. If we're going to get through this, we need to stop lying to ourselves. Who we are in this moment is a broken, racist nation that is overrun by white supremacy. It's time to get our shit together, America. Oh, and by America, I mean white people. And that's straight up, no chaser.
Hey, y'all. Now, this is a woman that got fired from her sports talk show, her and Michael Smith, because of her stand for against 45. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. If y'all don't see the power of this stuff that we have right now, man, I'm just sitting here. I'm trying to keep them going. I'm trying to see what time Jimmy gonna come in because I want to go in a couple of more subjects. But let me tell y'all something. It's a great time to chat this show because this is about, you know how y'all said, this is about to get lit. Hold up, I haven't shared the show like I used to. It's about to be lit today, And I wanted to find out, did anybody see the Chop Shop overtime? Here the Chop Shop overtime this weekend. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And you on YouTube. YouTube, we got to get more intentional. Let me tell you something. We got to be a little bit more no, let's be selfish. Let's make sure our digital footprint on YouTube is extended, y'all. I mean, seriously, if y'all don't see how powerful black media is, I just don't know. I mean, we have got to, we just got to understand how powerful, and it takes you. It takes you. On this show, guess what? You have a voice. Let me tell you something. And we don't agree with everything, especially me, with what y'all say on this show. But it's just, man, we have got to be, I didn't mean to start it off raw like that, Martin. That lady, I'm just so proud of those people, man. Then, hold up. What about the tech? Check this out. And I didn't want to get there before Jimmy. I know y'all should be want to talk about y'all football team, the Texans, who had a black candidate that was about to hire, and somebody said, oh, hell no. Let's go hire the guy who we got fined for New England. Let's go hire that. Hey, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all got to take a thorough look into those people at the on at the Houston, Texas. They are doing some crazy stuff, man. I mean, hey, y'all got to really take a look at it. So they said Deshaun in Pittsburgh. I don't know Wesley Yates. Uh Deshaun, let me tell you something what I liked about the Cleveland game. Okay. You know, since let me I got my Cleveland topic. So I know JJ what is that Juju Schuster, you know, kind of ran his mouth and talking about the same old Cleveland Browns. I understand that. But that offensive line wasn't playing. But let me tell y'all something that I saw. I know y'all didn't want you know, y'all wanted Mike Tomlin to win and all that. But I saw something else other than Mike Tomlin on the Cleveland side. And when I saw it on the sideline, Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? I see you there. But I saw it on the sideline. Mindy Collins, I want you to follow me here. Sonia Billingsley, I want you to follow me here. Hey, Jacoby, what's up, baby? Jacoby, I really want you to follow me. Andrew Berry. I talked about this guy on the show last year. And I know we just, you know, y'all blew it away. For the Browns, he's the GM of the Browns. He had a unique path. He African American, black man, unique path. Check this out, Jimmy. I saw this this headline. They said former Browns GM Andrew Berry he started at Bel Air High School and ended up on Wall Street. But Jimmy, not Bel Air, California, but Bel Air, Maryland. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's a black man is the mastermind. He the one hired Stefanski, the new coach. These people, the Cleveland Browns won yesterday, in case you didn't know it. They won yesterday without their head coach. They hadn't practiced all week and all of that, Jimmy. And I just wanted to shout out to them. Jimmy, I know you're here, but I know we're going to take a quick break and we'll come back. You just bring us back in from the break. But we're going to talk about Andrew Berry. All I'm going to do, y'all, look him up. Look him up. If you're mad about Mike Tomlin losing, guess what? We won on the other side also. Chop shop. We'll be back in a minute. I got something for y'all. Hold on. Got something for y'all. A new information thing for you. Chop shop. We back in a minute.
Hello, my name is Michael Smith. I'm with Concierge Scheduling. I want to introduce our company to the city of Houston, Concierge Scheduling. If you need a doctor, you need a specialty doctor, or just a regular primary care doctor, a family doctor, we have it for you. We can help you in that area. Our specialty doctors we have orthopedic, we got the orthopedic spine, we had neural spine. And neural spine is when you got concussions or you got nerve damage going on, you're feeling pain down your arm, down your lower back. We can set you up with a neural spine doctor. We also have the family care. If you just need a family care doctor, you don't have a family care doctor starting off the new year. You want to change to a new doctor. We can help you with that. We got doctors all over the city of Houston. And for the ladies of Houston, got something special for you. We got two of the best top doctors in plastic surgery right here in Houston that we can get you in contact with. Anytime you need help with that, you ladies, reach out, call us 713-979-0334. We got you.
Welcome back to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And Jimmy, over the weekend, we broadcast overtime on 892 KL. Jimmy, it was a great, great weekend. What's up, man? Welcome in. Got the new commercial on Icy Mike. Man, what's going on right there, man? What you got? Talk to me.
I'm going to change his name.
What's
I'm
his
going to change his name. The Chop Shop is New Year. Icy Mike was in 2020. So I got a new name for him because we got so many mics that's affiliated with the Chop Shop. So I got the perfect nickname for him, and we're going to break it right now. We're going to start calling him Medical Mike.
Okay.
Medical Mike.
Okay. Medical Mike.
Because we got a minister Mike. Now we got real estate Mike. We got medical Mike. Okay. So that way now it doesn't sound too slickish being Icy Mike. Like it's some guy standing on the corner with a trench coat, like on Good Times, trying to like Lenny. You know what I'm saying? That's
Jimmy,
medical Mike.
No. Jimmy, we can't forget about my boy, Money Mike.
We got all types of mics right there. So that's what we're gonna do, and with him, and that way now, because when people, it makes it easier when people know who we're talking about. Yeah. Medical Mike. Medical Mike. You know, that way now they come to mind. That's gonna be Medical Mike. And he can put it on his t-shirts, on his business card. He's Medical Mike. No, he's not a doctor, but he has all the plugs with the doctors.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
All the plugs. Remember, guys, once again, I'm just talking the talk. Just last week, 1 week ago, was it? Yeah, 1 week ago. Coming out of New Year. Coming out of New Year weekend. Wasn't that last week? Yeah. I call Mike. Yo, Mike, stuffed up a little bit. You know how it is nowadays. You can't even get a common cold without being concerned. I say, so I need to know, I need to shut it down or I'm good to go. Say, I get your appointment. Don't worry. Text message came to my phone in about 15 minutes with the information of the doctor, who to ask for when I get there, and everything. And they'll send you a form. They'll text message you. Hell, you know them forms you have to fill out when you go to the doctor that make you mad as hell? You got to, like you're applying for a loan.
Jimmy, on that damn clipboard.
10 pages of form down. So guess what they got now? They send you, Medical Mike will send you a text message with a link to the physician, whichever one he send you to, and you could do it on your cell phone before you even come. Yeah. The paperwork is already done because that way now you don't have to worry about COVID and social distancing. I love that. But he had me hooked up. I went Tuesday morning, they went and stuck that thing up the nose. You know what I'm saying? Did the hokey pokey, turn yourself around, and that's what it's all about. That's what we did. That's what I'm telling you. It's just that simple. And you know what? If you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, it don't even matter. You just got to let him know. So some of you guys, I know that might have got caught, didn't renew your insurance coming at the end of the year. Just let him know. That way he'll know which doctor, because a lot of the physicians, they have cash prices, like deep discounted cash prices. Trust me on that. Just gotta let him know.
That's a good advice. He said, don't put your full social on those forms. Just the last 4 digits.
Yes. I did not. They give you an option. And I noticed that they give you that's not a mandated. It ain't one of those red asterisk when they ask for the social on that electronic form. Yeah. You don't have to do that.
Required field.
You don't have to do that.
It's not a required field. But
yeah, it's not. And so, but anyway, yes, indeed, guys, we made the debut of the Chop Shop Overtime this past Saturday on 92 KELZ, 92 KELZ. We had great convos with head coach from Prairie View, Byron B. Smith, as well as head coach from TSU, Johnny Jones. We had them. Also, we had a great convo with a young man who's one of the top unsigned seniors in all of Greater Houston, DJ Richards from over at Cypress Creek High School. And understand, that's one of the primary focus points for the Chop Shop Overtime. That, once again, every Saturday, 10 to 11 a.m. on 92 KLZ. That's 92 KLZ. No matter where you are, you can actually listen to it online, 92kelz.com. But those were the two of the primary things about that news show is you get HBCU conversations, and you'll get conversations with a lot of the coaches and or players of the high school ranks. So a lot of the things, because this Chop Shop, what you're watching now, this rated R. And a lot of times, that way now, you notice we don't do a lot of combos with kids. Now, kids have come on here and periodically and announce their college or something like that live on the show. We still do that on the Chop Shop. But that's parking space. The Chop Shop Overtime is specially reserved for stellar student athletes and our coaches who are getting it done on and off the hardwood or the field. That's so make sure you put that in your calendar and support it. If you know somebody that you'd like to have acknowledged on the Chop Shop Overtime, send us an email, chopshophtx@gmail.com. That's chopshophtx@gmail.com. What you got, Haller?
No, I'm good. No, keep on. You're good. You're good.
And
it's just so much stuff going on.
Now,
no, you're good.
Now, also this past weekend, I see little Rick say he was one of the many that saw me during the halftime broadcast of the football game this past weekend, North Shore with their upset against Austin Westlake. And yes, I was at the game, a beautiful day. That was the perfect afternoon for football. However, it just wasn't the perfect outcome if you are a fan of the North Shore Mustangs. I know Odyssey is somewhere out there probably sick right now. And a lot of the North Shore fans, rightfully so. But that was a great broad. We did a promo for on Channel 57 The Cube in Houston. Every week, starting this Friday, we will be broadcasting a high school basketball game live. Let me give you guys understand something, because a lot of times we take stuff for granted and people don't realize, and I have to go back and remind people just how great you have it in Houston. Call around to some of your colleagues and ask them, sure, don't get it twisted. Sure, you've seen some games on ESPN and before, and there have been, marquee games, but those are teams that are ranked, that has either a potential pro on the team or a team that's ranked very high national in the consensus rankings. We have teams that's from all around Houston. We selected the schedule, and they will have the opportunity to play on TV. There's never been regular season games televised in succession for basketball, because UIL has stipulated rules for no live basketball televised games. So this is the first time in the history, mind you, not the first time that a Houston team has been on TV. No, this is the first time regularly scheduled UIL basketball teams games during their districts will be televised in succession in the history of this city. And so I'm proud to be a part of that production team, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it, because now it doesn't force you to make a decision whether you want to go and be endure a crowd, and you can go use the restroom on your own. There, you can watch the game from your house, and they will. Once again, I just hope that you guys are receiving this extra benefit for these, also for the young people to get exposure, and that's another thing. So now you can take that televised broadcast. You can take that, you can send that televised broadcast to some of the colleges in the region that maybe can enhance their recruiting efforts of people that are within your family and within your circumference of friendships. So that's a great thing that we have in Houston. Once again, what other city has live televised high school games. We're going to do about 8 games this season, starting this week. What other city's done that? Matter of fact, not even this year. Damn COVID. What other city has ever done that in the history? That's what I'm trying to tell you where we are in Houston.
And I saw what ABC is also going to do one per week, I think. ABC.
They're going to do it on their app.
Oh, on the app. Okay.
That's the Texan Live. Texan Live is doing them, but they got a deal with ABC, with the local ABC affiliate to do it on their on their app. Which is a great thing as well, another avenue for exposure. But Texan Live, I found out that's Dave Campbell. He's a part owner of that company. Dave Campbell is the football guru in Texas, who does the magazine that you normally, when you probably came and walked by some of the shelves, you see Dave Campbell's Texas football magazine. That's Dave Campbell. He went and it's a good thing, because if you're not innovating, this stuff will leave you behind. Think about it. He was doing an old paper magazine, which he still does. And now he said he got on the front line, man, I'm gonna go and get me a streaming company. And I told you guys, that was gonna be the next thing. I told you. Daryl Barnes on our YouTube feed, he launched a streaming company last month for his daughter. And his daughter is still in high school, guys. She's a cheerleader at Klein Forest High School, and she's the owner of a streaming company. Think about it. Shout out to Daryl Barnes for putting that together so his daughter can go and be in control of her destiny, as well as in entrepreneurship as she progressed through the high school rank. That's some good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Todd Holmes says San Antonio does a high school game on Friday night on TV there.
So how long have they been doing it? They've done it this year, Todd?
I don't know.
Or have they been doing it year? I'm asking Todd, or have they been doing it all the while? And is it I'm talking about basketball, not football now. Yeah. Basketball.
Yeah, I hope it's basketball, because that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's what you were talking about.
And so that was it. I also got speaking of that North Shore football game, man, for those, I texted you when the first quarter happened. And I saw the tone at that wasn't the first possession, but I waited about 2 possessions in. And before I texted, I say, man, these white boys came to play. That we've seen, I'll put it like this. If you didn't see the game, I don't have the roster for Austin Westlake, but I had one at the game. But each team submit their roster. North Shore had the heights and the weights, but Austin Westlake didn't have those 2 columns. So I really couldn't tell how much each one of them guys weighed or how tall they were. I went down on the field and I still couldn't just get a measurement. But I'll tell you one thing right there, right now. I'm willing to go out on the limb and say that may be for any Texas-based public school. That may be one of the tallest combined lines. I'm not talking about just the offensive line, because we know Katy had some meat a few years ago on their offensive line. I'm talking about the offense and the defense lines, only the lines combined. You combine them from top to bottom, those 8 guys to 10 guys. Those guys were big on both sides of the ball. And guess what?
They wide. What you mean? They're tall or
both,
wide?
Had a both. I've never seen that big of a collective line in my life for public school. That was an IMG line.
Hey, and guess what? As we saw in a game last night, I watched the pro game. Cleveland's line dominated Pittsburgh's line. So those lines, those up front guys, it matters. It matters. And Demi, I ain't gonna lie, I've never seen. I felt bad for Odyssey. I've never seen North Shore just get. These dudes look like they knew exactly where everybody was going to be. And they just powered their way and just beat. I've never seen North Shore is usually, Jimmy, the team that overpowers everybody else. I'll put it like this. And they got pushed around this time. That's the way I can say. They got pushed around this time.
Well, I noticed the body language of the players. First of all, the quarterback from North Shore, Davis, he was too nonchalant, and as though like I got this, I get it later on. But it was too nonchalant. He wasn't. Normally a quarterback can fire up the other players. They didn't have that one play on offense that was ready to trying to fire them up. And they each was going the different ways. They had a lot of drop passes in the first half, about 3 that were very pivotal. And it's just he checked out.
And Jimmy, I forgot Dallas, Black Son, he got hurt, didn't he? And they attacked that guy who came in for him. The cornerback.
Say it again.
Black. What is it? Dallas.
Denver Harris.
Denver Harris got hurt. So when I saw the game, I was wondering when this dude got caught on Denver's side. And then the guy said, this guy was the replacement for Denver Harris. It went right at the guy who's replacing.
Yeah. Denver Harris is number 3. He wasn't on the field when they threw that bomb, that detrimental bomb pass about 45 yards, and to get them into the red zone.
Yeah.
And during the closing minutes, number 14 was the kid on him, and he got and I'm sorry, not number 14. Number 14 caught the pass for Westlake. Yeah. He plays both ways. Yeah. He played both ways, Alan. You're supposed to send post routes with his butt on the field in the second half. Even if you ain't throwing it, you got to send one guy every other play going a post route to make. He was playing cornerback. Make his butt run sprints. That way, when he get back on offense, he don't have the wind to come and do that and make that route. The play before that, Hatter. The play before that, Austin Westlake. It was about 3 minutes left in the game, and they had a second and about 20 to go, maybe 25. North Shore pushed guys, the defense all the way up, had no safety, and Westlake saw that from the box because I was up in the box. They saw that from the box and ran a running play on the left side, and the guy bust through for 45 yards because they saw that. Once he got past the line, now luckily that was a slow kid running back. If that had been a regular running back, you take a pick, he was gone to the race. He was gone. North Shore walked him on down. That was the key because all you got to do is how to play a zone on defense. I'm quite sure they know it now. Keep him in front of you. The clock is on your side because they needed a touchdown. They meaning Austin Westlake, not a field goal. Yeah. Keep him in front of you.
Yeah.
You let them get behind you on a running play, then you come up and you push up, tighten up a little bit, then they go and they bun you on the other side of the field with a bomb. And
coaches make mistakes too.
Absolutely. And I'm quite sure it's killing them for that. On that aspect, it's just one of those things where it comes down to making the play.
I love that Shadrach. Though. Shadrach.
You see, they moved him to running back. He plays part-time running back.
They want him to touch the ball as much as possible. They want him to touch the ball as much as possible. But that's all. I mean, they just got, North Shore, they got beat. Hey, Duncanville got beat. Wait a minute. South Lake, is that up there in Austin area too?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in San Antonio. Where's South Lake?
San Antonio versus Austin. That's for the state championship.
Okay.
And I'm curious, one of you guys maybe look it up. Paul Miranda, shout out to him up in DFW, and he says this is the mega bowl, the MAGA bowl.
The MAGA.
Now the head coach from Austin Westlake, his son is the head coach from the other school he's playing against.
Yeah.
So dad versus son. And guess what, guys? North Shore, one can easily subscribe to the theory. North Shore was probably looking straight past Westlake, weren't ready for Duncanville, and Duncanville lost moments later. They were probably to South Lake Carroll. They probably were looking past them. Remember, because you beat them in the playoffs the past 2 seasons. One of those real routes was like 51-6, Adam. They've been owning.
South Lake is in the Dallas area, they said.
That's a Dallas area?
Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, thank you. Paul Miranda said, hold up, man. Give us our due. See, that's okay.
Yeah, that's region 2. That is region 2. You're right on that, on the money. So now you have South Lake Carroll from the DFW, Austin Westlake. I'm gonna tell you guys, you think I'm joking? Check out that line for I'm talking about the size.
Okay.
The size. And his number 14, he reminded me of the old, speaking of DFW, if he plays anywhere, that's the wide receiver and the cornerback for Austin Westlake. If he plays anywhere to the caliber that he played the other day, he's going to know he reminded me of. I was calling him, know what I called him in my mind? I called him Golden Richards from back
Jimmy,
in the days of Dallas
the
Cowboys.
point guard, Jimmy. He the point guard on the basketball team.
Who number 14 is?
Yes, that was somebody just said.
I can believe that. You know why? He's the one that got cracked on that punt, and he didn't call a fair catch, and North Shore got cracked him and knocked him and got up. He got up and went over toward, while he walking to the sideline, he motioned for the fans to say, your team is losing for the first time all day. And you tell your fans, no, don't y'all get quiet now. I need y'all. I got something in my bag. And sure enough, about 4 plays later, he's going down the field, 50-yard bomb, and he's taking, to set up the winning touchdown. But, you got to applaud Austin Westlake, man. And you know what it felt like, Adam? It felt like, sometimes when you're watching games, you're looking at one side. I just tell you guys.
I'm telling you how I felt watching the TV.
One side of the North Shore stands looked like a Black Lives Matter march. On the other side of the stands, it looked like a Blue Lives Matter march. And that's what it's talking about, that's what it looked like. And guess what? Some of you say, oh, yeah, it did.
It did.
Yeah, the majority white on one side, majority black on the other side.
Yeah. I saw that from the TV screen. I saw it.
But the energy level from the opening kick,
them dude was ready to play,
Westlake would make a play, and they would give that energy and reciprocate it through the field. North Shore people, because they're so used to their players making plays, they make a play. It's a tennis clap.
Yeah, like Odyssey said, we supposed to do that.
And that's kind of like how it went down. But once again, shout out to Crosby.
Yeah.
They won in overtime, 62-61 to advance to the state championship. Shout out to Katie with the Davis brothers. No, those 2 running backs for Katie are brothers in the backfield.
Okay.
One is a 12th grader and one of them is a sophomore. Yeah.
But what about
Katie ran
Hunter Washington? Hunter Washington.
That's the defensive back,
Bobby Taylor, yeah. Bobby Taylor, the bookends. Hey, I love that. Hey, let me tell you something. Those young kids, Hunter Washington, Jimmy, if you ever met him, one of the nicest little kids you ever want to meet in your life. And Bobby Taylor, same guy. These are 2 young guys who made the video in the beginning of the season, Jimmy, saying they are not, they're going to protest the first game. You remember? They didn't play the first game. And a shout out to those guys. Great season for Katie. Who Katie going to play against, Jimmy?
Cedar Hill.
Okay. All right. That's Dallas too. Dallas.
Yeah.
Damn, Dallas. Okay.
But I mean, what you got to realize how set up is there's one region for the Dallas team. Dallas has 2 regions that they can go out of. Houston has 2 regions that you can go out of.
Yeah.
So region 1, region 2 up there, and region 2, region 3 for Greater Houston. Region 4 is generally reserved for the team that comes out of San Antonio on down to the south through South Texas. Corpus Christi down to McAllen, I think is region 4. But I mean, it's this Katy and Cedar Hill game. Cedar Hill has 1 loss, and it was to Katy. I mean, I'm sorry, to Duncanville. That's the only loss they have.
Okay.
And of course, Katy, I think, has 1 loss on their season. That was to Tompkins, if I'm not mistaken, in district play. So this is Katy has been there, done that, and I'm gonna tell you, you know what you're gonna get. Cedar Hill will have to use their speed as an advantage. They will have to, and they, it's a winnable game. But if Katy get in front, and if they get in the lead, then they will be in control of that clock, and that's how they play. That's good old Katy football, and they know what's about to happen. They're gonna keep that ball. They're gonna try to get at least 40 to 45 rushing plays during that game. And if they get that, that means they will have been in command of the game, because you're not going to be able to rush the ball if you're behind, especially in the 4th quarter. You won't be able to rush it at your own will. Put it like that. And that's just football 1-on-1. Also this past weekend, once again, Crosby, give them a shout out, man. They can represent them dudes. You know what? The win, see, sometimes I say it's the game after the game. Crosby beat Thurgood Marshall 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times in Houston, the I guess from the South side, and people that because we're so used to Thurgood Marshall winning place in a showing. Well, we thought maybe it was an upset. Like, man. But then you watch the game after the game.
Mm-hmm.
They went back this week and put up 62 points in overtime. So Crosby offense can get it done. Crosby, and think about the story. If Crosby can win this Saturday, that would be the makings for a movie. You can already, if you're a film writer or a script writer or producer, you can get on top of this story right now, and it would be one of those heart-grabbing stories. Why? Because a year ago, Katie laid off a good chunk of their staff.
I mean, Crosby.
At the school.
Crosby.
I'm sorry, Crosby.
Uh-huh.
Crosby laid a good chunk, a lot of layoffs, had mass layoffs, like pink slips. The budget ain't there. We got to cut back on the staff. Then, which resulted in their top basketball player going over to Atascocita. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Stewart. Caleb Stewart was in Crosby, starting as a 9th grader and a 10th grader. Had to go to Atascocita. But meanwhile, also COVID struck, shut the whole school down. They one of the first schools to get the, and remember, we broke the news on the Chop Shop. I think somebody ran into me this weekend and say, man, you guys broke that news on the Chop Shop about the Crosby. One of the media guys in the press box reminded me. He said, I think it was Joe Gleason from Channel 13. Joe Gleason said that news he got from the Chop Shop. And it sure enough, he goes, huh?
What was the hugging about after the game? Were they praying? What was the hugging? The players were hugging each other.
Well, I had left by then. I beat, you got to beat the traffic out of there.
Talking about the Crosby. You went to the Crosby game too?
No.
No. I went to the Crosby.
No,
okay. Yeah, okay.
They probably was hugging Haller because think about it, 62-61 overtime. And the game was decided because the other team decided to go for 2 for the win. And fumbled on the overtime try. I mean, on the 2-point conversion. And so it was like one of those games, and somebody told me, they said if you was a Crosby fan at that game, that had to be one of the steepest roller coaster ride you can ever take. They say it was like this. It was like this as far as emotions from both teams. Oh. Think about all those different scores.
62-61?
62-61. Football game. So shout out to them. So that means now Crosby High School basketball team, who's unranked in the greater Houston area. And a lot of people say, well, man, you remember this. They have 2 starters on the football field that's on that plays basketball last year that's returning. So this Crosby team will not hit full stride probably maybe to February. Because, the football team players will join the basketball team probably next week.
But Jimmy,
middle of January.
Because I asked about the hugging, and all I was thinking about, what the hell they hugging for, especially in this COVID environment without a mask. That's why I was saying it. Already know we got doing these players. Some of these players, a lot of these players got it. So that's why I was asked, what the hell they're hugging for? Now I thought they were down there praying. I didn't know they just hugging just to be for good sportsmanship. So I mean, I guess they say okay. The vaccine is here, so I'll be all right. But that's you, Nate. What else we have over the weekend, Jim?
And of course, I'm looking at some of the comments on the Boom Boom Room, and take out the time, guys, now, if you would. Please, let's share the show. And I'm going to share it with you guys right now. Let's take out the time to share the show if you're on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up if you're in the YouTube feed right now. Let's give it a thumbs up. Let's share the show. Alex says Dave Campbell has a basketball magazine, too. So I saw it at Walmart on the shelves a couple of months ago. Took a brief look for our school, and the data is all jacked up. And so let me explain this to you. Dave Campbell's on defense of him.
Okay.
I don't know him like that. I know, we know each other from covering the state tournament throughout the years. He puts magazine together while he's at the state tournament. That magazine is out that he does in May. He's getting all the intel, and he has forms and stuff. And why at the UIL state tournament, right? He's not putting the whole book. I'm talking about he's working on that book during that time. Well, what that means is if there are kids in your program that's going to transfer, that's probably not part of your roster, that were part of your program in March, but not part of your program in August, then they probably going to be included in that magazine. That's the difference when we do the RCS Sports, the magazine. We wait until deep into the fall to do it because there was no surprises for us transfers, for us having a kid in the wrong uniform. You think about it. That magazine probably had Sir Isaac at Lamar High School. It probably had Ashton Smith at Nimitz High School. You know what I'm saying? It probably had Jonathan Maxey at St. Thomas High School. You see what I'm saying? And it's not.
Yeah.
It happens.
I don't mean to change the subject, but Crystal just said something, and I just want to ask a question. How do the hell you get in Facebook jail? What do y'all be doing to get in Facebook jail? I mean, I just want to know. All you people, because I've never been in Facebook jail. What the hell do you have to do other than cause an insurrection? And I know neither one of y'all had did that. What the hell does it? Crystal said I shared a picture of a lady sitting in her chair and a man lying under her and asked, where can I get this chair from? And that's what made you, wow, I did not know that. I just be wanting to know, what do y'all be doing? You know, I mean, it's unbelievable, Jimmy. Jimmy, I mean, you know, I've been hearing it, but when Crystal did it, you know, see, some of these people I expect for them to be in Facebook jail, but not my Crystal. And Jimmy, hold up, she said, I shared a picture of a lady sitting in a chair and a man landed under the chair and asked her, where can I get this chair from? Where can I get this chair from? Crystal, I missed it, baby. I missed it. Oh, okay. But that's interesting. I don't know 45 like that. I don't even want to hear from him right now. Jimmy, they brought up articles of impeachments twice on him. But Jimmy, we're gonna take a break. We got a couple of things, y'all. I got a couple of things I'm gonna play to y'all at the end of our break. It's gonna be kind of different. Chop Shop, we'll be back in just a minute.
Hello, my name is Michael Smith. 71. Get an MRI or X-rays, or you need a COVID test. You need a rapid test of what's going on in the world today. Some people, you know, might have been around somebody and think they got exposed. Call us, 713-979-0334. If you don't want to call and talk, just text us and just say you seen Icy Mike on the Chop Shop, and we'll return your call. Somebody on our team will get back. If it's not me personally, someone on our team will return the call. Once again, we're here to help. There's no cost to this service. This is just what we do for the community out here in Houston. Once again, my name is Mike Smith. Happy New Year, and see you soon.
What happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced?
By the place.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the Capitol?
Yeah, I made it like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
happened? What happened to you?
I got maced.
You got maced.
By the police.
And what happened? You were trying to go inside the
Yeah,
Capitol?
I made it like a foot inside and they pushed me out and they maced me.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
And why did you want to go in?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Hey, y'all, that ain't nothing funny, y'all. But let me tell y'all something. Out of this whole insurrection thing, every time I see that lady, it's just, that lady said they storming the Capitol. And she got maced. Man, I don't know. And then this little boy did a parody of it. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I had to share that with y'all in case y'all didn't see it. But Jimmy, it was some football over the weekend. I got to share this because it was some people stomping on people's emblems or on the emblem in the center of their field. So I want to show this.
And Owens draws more boos by standing in the middle of the blue star and looking heavenward and spreading his arms. A touchdown, Emmitt Smith. And boy, is he fired up. Look at him run. Look at him bring the football. Oh, he's going to do what Owens did. Right into the middle of the star, puts the football down and spikes it, and that got the crowd juiced. Blitz on from the one, and they throw a fade right side of the end zone for Owens. He got both feet in. Touchdown catch over the shoulder. Here we go. They're going to have a big fight. There goes Owens. Puts it down, and George Teague levels it. Here it goes. And now Teague.
Hey, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, when I see stuff like that, I want to share with y'all because I saw some stuff like that. Baltimore, what is his name? Marcus Peters, he got an interception and he came and stomped on the home team's emblem because they did the same thing to them the last time. They said they mean no disrespect, but they did it to us. We did it to them. So I just wanted to share that with you, Jimmy, with everybody. But what else we got going on, man? What else we got?
Well, we got we got two pieces of news. Of course, we switch over to NBA news, and that is the New Orleans Pelicans Dallas Mavericks game has been called off tonight, as well as the Celtics and Bulls because of remember the NBA says
it got called off last night too, right?
Celtics
got called off last night also.
That game last night. Well, I know the game today.
Okay.
And today and tomorrow, the Mavericks and the Pelicans and the Bulls and the Celtics. That's Monday and Tuesday. Those games are postponed. And the NBA, according to the NBA protocol, if a team has less than 8 players, then they reserve the right to postpone the game. Remember, it happened with the Houston Rockets to start the season this year when they had less. They were playing OKC at home, would have had less than the mandated 8 players in uniform. That is. So this is once again, this is the new now of the NBA. And remember, they already have protocol in place. A lot of the games they'll try to make up, but if it's not a big deal because they've already implemented the percentage is the category that's the most important now. The percentage of the winning percentage. And so you guys, as you go and move towards the middle to the end of the NBA season, that if some teams will not have played the full allotment of games, that's when that winning percentage matters most. So I want to get that, guys, to you for NBA news. Other NBA news had around the action. Of course, the Rockets played the Lakers yesterday, and that ended just about how you would expose it to. But this is one of those things. One of the headlines from that game was the fact that Boogie Cousins tossed out of the game again, second time in 4 games. And so now, do you think that how much longer can the Rockets administration take of this? This is what, understand, the disclaimer that comes with Boogie. This is the disclaimer. You know, you buy one of them used cars and it tell you what's wrong. This is the disclaimer. You know, but so, however, if Boogie can generate wins, and the thing about both of those games, out of both ejections of the recent week, you know, one thing that you can find that's in common, his output per minute was good as hell. I think this game he played like 8 minutes, and I gotta look it up. I want to say he played 8 minutes against the Lakers.
Play, but he's a damn fool. We know he
yeah,
can
but he was
play.
producing. We know you can play, but are you producing at that moment? That means he was producing in both ejections. The other one was like 4 minutes, and he was rocking in that game.
And King Gamble talking about don't blame him for last night. Let me tell y'all something. I'll never forget this. Sean Elliott calls the games. To people who don't know, some of y'all might know. Sean Elliott is a sportscaster that calls, it was Spurs versus, I guess, what's that team out there that he played for, Sacramento. Sean Elliott was being critical of him during the game. After the game, I'm talking about Boogie Cousins. Boogie Cousins went to the dressing room. One of his partners then texted him and said, man, that dude was talking to you crazy about you crazy on him. He brought his big ass out of the dressing room, came back out to the floor to confront the announcer. That was back then. This the same guy. We played them, franchise all-stars played their team down in Atlanta. And he cussed our coach out. Cussed him out. It was a high school player then. So the man, 30 years old, got kids and families and everything now. And you can't, Jimmy, slap at nobody. If you hit somebody in the head, and Gamble talking about he shouldn't have got put out. No, he shouldn't have got the first one. Then when he swung at LeBron and actually then he wasn't trying to hit LeBron in the head. He was trying to slap down at the ball. So Coach Henderson, Terrell Henderson, Walter Yates. But this Jimmy, if it quacks like a duck and walk like a duck, it's a duck. What do y'all expect from this guy? Come on, man. Yeah.
I mean, and once again, we're talking Boogie Cousins was ejected for the second time in the past 4 games for the Rockets. He had played 8 minutes and produced 6 points, 4 rebounds in the process. I mean, he was on. That's on. If you look at the trajectory, just say that means if he played 8 minutes, had 6 points, 4 rebounds. That means he's on pace to play, let's say, 24 minutes and have 18 points, 12 rebounds, which is a beautiful day at the office against his former team. And Markieff Morris, who they replaced DeMarcus Cousins with, got ejected as well. And so, like I said, the first one, even the head coach from the Rockets, Coach Silas, he acknowledged, he took one, he acknowledged that the first one, he says, I'd take that all day. Not necessarily that one by Boogie Cousins, but the act of a player taking up for a rookie teammate who allegedly got shoved and could have landed wrong and hurt himself. You take up for your guy. Every team needs one of those. But at the same time,
every team needs one in the fucking dressing room. Well, so what if somebody got bullied while his ass in the dressing room?
Well, he did. I'm saying that's the first tech. That's not the second tech.
You didn't hear me. You said every team need one of them. Jimmy, this is the second time.
I'm saying that. That's not. But the Rockets they embrace that. They'll take that. Him taking up for a rookie teammate that gets shoved. They'll take that. But the other stuff, they're not willing to accept. And that's the thing where Boogie has to be able to channel that and be able to push through that. I understand that, but it's coming at the cost of wins. You're getting losses in the games that you are being dismissed out of. That's the thing. We'll tolerate you if we win it, doing it, but we can't tolerate it getting L's. And that's the thing on Boogie Cousins. And also, speaking of Allen, you know, I was looking at yesterday's box score. Of course, that Christian Wood continues to shine for the Rockets.
I like him.
McLemore made its first game back, 17 minutes.
No, that's the second, Jimmy. He played the game
That's the second game back. McLemore, 17 minutes. He had 6 points. Tate is doing well. However, no, Sterling Brown is doing well. Gordon didn't give them what they needed from him last day. 22 minutes, 4 points.
Jimmy, does he ever? From Jimmy,
PG.
have you noticed I don't like to mention his name? I call him Jimmy. You remember Robert Wagner used to play in this movie called It Takes a Thief. He was Alexander Mundy. That's who this man. That dude. That's Eric Gordon's robbing the league.
But understand something. What Eric Gordon can provide, and he has in 3 of the past 5 games, is what is 3 of the past. We need it in 4 of the 5 games. I understand nobody's going to give you 5 and 5 at this point off that bench for the Rockets.
How long he been in Houston? How long he been in Houston approximately?
Oh, about 6 years, 5 years.
His ass been struggling for 5 or 6 years.
No, I mean, no, it's not true.
You're shitting me. To me.
No, it's not true.
No, to you.
You got a 6-man of the year award.
You're different. You got different expectations. I got different expectations.
If you're coming out the bench, one of the marquee accomplishments is a 6-man of the year award. He earned that.
Man, Lou Will and what's that boy name? Montrezl Harris got 6-man of the year, right? But
yes.
They went to the bubble.
That's the peak award for a guy that don't start.
No, they went to the bubble and stunk it up. I'm not talking about your accomplishments. I'm talking about Eric Gordon has not did nothing to help Houston Rockets in 6 years. And that's just my opinion.
That's not true.
That's
not true.
I mean, no. Ain't done nothing.
That is definitely not true.
Jimmy, in a big game, what have you done?
So once again, you're saying Lou Will did nothing to help the Clippers?
In the bubble. I said the bubble.
Okay, go the year before that. He won it the year before that. So he did nothing to help the Clippers the year before that?
I'm just telling you. The eye test. I don't care. Don't tell me what a dude done. Like you talking about, well, James Harden, we got him, Dwight Howard. Dwight played like slop when he came to Houston. Well, we got him, Chris Paul. Chris Paul came up limp when we came to Houston.
Chris Paul came up limp at the playoffs, and he missed the last 2 games against Golden State.
That's what we need him.
Oh, man.
Let me finish.
Howard. If he's not playing stellar basketball, you don't get to that point. That's what you have to realize. You can't forget. That's like I mentioned Lou Will. If Lou Will is not playing that 6-man of the year caliber, if Montrezl Harrell is not playing at that caliber, you don't get to that point. You don't get that seed. You don't get the win as much. Same thing with Eric Gordon when he was 6-man of the year.
In my eyes, Eric Gordon been stealing money ever since he been here. And you can give me all the stats and all the what you call him. I just don't. No. It's all right. It's great for you to have your opinion. I can't win with. He couldn't play on my team.
Alan, what you're doing is you understand think about it like this: of the players who come off the bench, the guards who come off the bench in the past 5 years. There ain't 5 guards in the NBA that came off the bench for the past 5 years, the most part, that are better than Eric Gordon right now. 5 years running. You go name me 5 guards. Lou Will be your free space and bingo. So that's 1. Keep going and give me 4 more that'll come off the bench.
I don't
that are better than
want
him.
Eric Gordon, Jimmy. You can go
But
with
still,
all of
I'm
that.
saying so. That means of the hand that you're dealt with, of that deck of cards, meaning of bench
I
players,
don't care
of
how many deck of
non-starters.
cards. I'm talking about when I go to the game. He either lame, he done pulled up a lip. He shoot an air ball. I got the NBA package and everything so I can watch. And I've seen too many games from him that I just don't like his game. Some players you just don't like the game, and that's okay. I just don't like his game at all.
Now, here's what Eric Gordon does, and I'm reading one of the comments, and of course, Sensei says he is quiet. He can have 25, and you won't hear anything. And here's the deal, and I mentioned the last 5 games. Check this out. And obviously, if you don't like a person, it ain't nothing he gonna do that make you like
his game.
Okay, 10 minutes. So 10 minutes. So he had 4 points last night, right? And I told you about consistency. Hold on. And he had 5 points the game before that, right? So now let's go to those other 3 games. I said every 5 rolling games. He had 20, 20, and 21. So during that time, he had 20, 20, and 21. That looked like a period that he was growing pretty consistent. Then he fell back off and relapsed into a 5-4. So once again, Eric, so what happened when he had the 20, 20, and 21? The 61 points
I didn't
in
like
3 games
when he hit the 21. I didn't like his game when he hit the 21.
But
He'll turn that ball.
though.
Jimmy, he'll dribble that ball out of bounds on his leg and then go to the hole and then look at the ref like, dude, y'all can have it. You can have that mediocrity. You can have it.
Once again, like I said, I've invited in anybody. And that Paul, you hop in the wagon with Haller. Name me 4 guards beside. I give you Lou Will. 4 guards who come off the bench and has better numbers
I'm gonna put it
than
like
Eric
this.
Gordon
Let me
in
put
the
it like
past
this.
5 years.
I'm gonna
Who've
put it
been
like this.
off the bench.
Let me put it like this. I ain't got to name you no 5 guys. If he wasn't on the Houston Rockets team right now, I wouldn't be talking about his ass. So guess what? That's how I feel about it. I wouldn't even be talking about it. He is of that low on a significant meter than me. I wouldn't even be talking about it if he wasn't playing for the team that happened to reside in the town that I live in. That's all. It ain't no big deal. Okay. Nothing against him personally. He might be a nice guy. But he dribbled that thing off his leg too much for me. Oh, that's... As a Walter Yates, you didn't play. Don't you know that's the thing that cringed me when a player dribble that thing off his leg? I just cringe. I just cringe with it. But that's all right. Who else we got? What else? We got another game.
Now, of course, speaking of NBA, and we once again next week they will probably have arrived to that 17 game mark. And we'll go and we'll revisit and give our report cards on various teams on their progress through the first quarter of the season. And as it stands right now, speaking of Houston Rockets, if the playoffs started today, they would not be in the mix. And 3-5 on the season. And with their 3 wins, that matches the total for Minnesota and Memphis as bottom feeders in the Western Conference. And so the Houston Rockets, that is. And of course, sitting on the top of the chain is indeed the Lakers. And the Suns are second placed. Clippers are third, followed by Utah, Golden State, Dallas, Portland. OKC has the 8 hole holding down. So, and of course, in the East, Philly is and Boston are tied in the top 2 slots. Indiana Pacers are 6-3. Orlando Magic, Milwaukee Bucks are tied at the 4 and 5 holes, followed by the New York Knicks, 5-5, along with Cleveland and the Charlotte Hornets. And that's roundup in regard to.
I'm gonna tell you my big surprise. That OKC Thunder, who gave away everybody. And they in the playoff spot, Jimmy. They in the A spot.
It ain't the eight spot
OKC.
right now. OKC in the Western Conference would be
What's
the
the
one of the.
difference? What's the difference?
Yeah,
Hold up.
it's right now.
On paper,
Right now, this is the first lap around the track. Like I say, and we know it. We see it every year. But if they do you think that OKC can maintain I guess a 55% win percentage the rest of the year? If so, they make the playoff. I don't think they will be able to maintain a 55% win percentage through the rest of the way. That's the thing. Right now, though, it's optimistic as far as them. That means now, it's satisfying. But it's ditto on the Eastern Conference side of the standings. But the New York Knicks, along with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Charlotte Hornets, if the postseason began today, all three would be included in the conversation as a 6, 7, and 8 seed. How about those guys? But once again, with all that, we got more of that coming for you guys next week. I know you can hardly wait to get some of that. Now, as far as the NBA talk, also college basketball, the AP polls the top of the week, and they normally come out with their team, with their rankings. And once again, the University of Houston stays pat at the number 11 spot for consecutive weeks, despite the fact, and of course, in doing so, I guess pretty much not much movement. I'm looking around, everybody pretty much stayed packed for the first 6 slots. Gonzaga, Baylor, Villanova, UT is still number 4, followed by Iowa, Kansas. Michigan jumps up from 10 to 7 this week on the AP poll. That means Creighton, Wisconsin, Tennessee all drop 1 slot by default because of Michigan's surge up the charts. Also, once again, we mentioned a while ago, Houston is at 11, followed by Clemson, jump up 7 slots. I think Clemson beat Florida State, and that helped pivot them upward. West Virginia is at number 13. University of Texas got a huge buzzer beater win over West Virginia over this past weekend. Andrew Jones at the 3-year anniversary of him ringing the bell, defeating his leukemia battle, and he goes and knocks down the game win on yesterday. Shout out to Andrew Jones and the University of Texas Longhorns. How about we're going through the rest of the rankings? Illinois is at number 14, Texas Tech at 15, Louisville at 16, followed by Missouri. Virginia is at 18. Duke Blue Devils climb up 2 slots, and they're back into the top 20 at number 19. Virginia Tech at number 20. Ohio State jumps up to number 21. Oregon falls down 5 slots. They're at number 22. Minnesota, St. Louis. How about the Billikens are in the top 25? They're 71 on the season, and UConn rounds out the top 25. So those are the rankings that were just released this morning, according to the Associated Press. We still have 4 teams from Texas in that top 25. I think 4? The Big 12 probably has the most teams now. No, Big 10 a couple of weeks ago we mentioned how they had like 9 teams in there, and the Big 12. How many Big 12 teams you seeing there this week?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless I missed one. I see 4.
You see 4? No, it's more than that. It's got to be 5 at least.
5.
Okay.
I forgot. I skipped over West Virginia.
Okay. So we got 5 from the Big 12. Mm-hmm. What about the SEC?
Man.
SEC hurting over there.
Yeah, Clemson. Louisville.
No, that's ACC.
I thought you said ACC. What you talking about? The ACC?
SEC. SEC.
The SEC. Kentucky.
Yeah.
Man, hold up, Jimmy. Hold up. I got to share some with y'all. What the hell happened with Bob Huggins? one of his
I
best
didn't see
players
it.
left his team and then going to Kentucky. Hold on, I want people to listen to this because I got some high school and AAU stuff to talk about right quick. Check this out, Jim.
As far as Oscar goes, and it's still obviously in flux, why do you think he left?
Outside influences, 100% outside influences.
Any more to that?
Well, I mean, I think it's the world we live in, Tony. I mean, it's better to steal than it is to work, you know, and earn things. It's take the easy way out. And I think there were some people involved who saw where they could benefit, maybe profit, and worked very diligently at trying to get him out.
As far as Oscar goes, and it's still obviously in flux, why do you think he left?
Outside influences, 100% outside influences.
I didn't mean to play it twice, Jimmy, but I thought that was unique. I mean, what do y'all think about that? I mean, what? And I just and the guy's name is Oscar. Man, I can't pronounce that last name. It's a Tishabu. He left, and I think he went to Kentucky. But y'all, I saw something the other day. Just talking to summer coaches around the country, and they were just talking about, and he called it the AAU Shark strike again. We don't know who it is, but it's somebody probably. But you know what got to me, Coach Jimmy? I see these coaches at these trials, at the NAAC and the scandal trials, and they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. But this time, Coach know every goddamn thing. Excuse me, he know everything, Jimmy. So y'all got to help me. Sometimes a coach, like on trial, these coaches, Wade, what his name? Wade Mason, whatever. No, not Wade. What's the coach at LSU and the coach at Arizona? I don't know nothing.
Will Wade.
Will Wade. I don't know nothing. I don't know this. I don't know this. But Huggins, he seemed to kind of know what the hell was going on in this situation. So, Jimmy, but I was talking to, I mean, if you want to ask him, but I was talking to an AAU guy from out of town. He asked me, and I asked him a question. I said, he talked about his formula of his program. And this for all the summer coaches out here. All sub-varsity games are suspended by HISD. Thank you, Anthony Fogg. He said, Jimmy, when he got a summer team, he said his formula is he need 2 dogs. He said he need 6 other guys, good players. And he need 2 that's just happy to be there. Did you hear me? Hey, you guys, I'm just telling you, he said this is formula. Now, Jimmy, I've never heard this like this. He said, I need 2 dogs. Help me out with this one, Walter Yates. All your summer coaches. He said he need 2 dogs, Jimmy. He said he needs 6 other players that's good players. But he need 2 guys just happy to be there. They just happy to be there. Jimmy, what do you think about that, Jim?
That's about normal. Remember, that's an 8-man rotation, and you have two money kids, you know, 2 money kids. They happy to be there, you know, and you got 6 that's good and 2 stars. That's a common formula.
But he did say he didn't want all the guys from the same area. He said he didn't want them. He didn't want them from the same area. He wanted them from different areas. You know, like on the same team. He just said he prepared. He said because that prepares them for college. Because when you go to college, all your guys ain't gonna be from the same area. They're gonna have different ideas and different. You seem like you're about to say something. Jim?
Well, no, I mean, in regarding to that, what you just said, I mean, I just hit, you know, that's the understand. A lot of these teams, if you have too many players from the same area, then you can as far as the coaches from talking to them,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not from that area and you have too many from the same area,
Mm-hmm.
if things are not going right, then they can pretty much pull a mutiny on you.
I'm talking about summer coaches now.
Well,
I'm talking about summer coaches.
likewise, you got too many from the same area. Remember, a couple of years ago, the Houston Hoops had the majority of their team from DFW.
Mm-hmm.
And with Tyrese Maxey and those guys. And they didn't pull a mutiny, but then guess what? If collectively the parents, if the parents are galvanized together, then and they want to practice in Dallas, guess what? You got to go practice in Dallas. If that's what I'm just saying it happened, but that's you want to have a balance, but that's an ideology of one particular coach of his reason as if it's why for it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
At this point,
I'm
man,
just
guys,
giving ideas, Jimmy. These
yeah,
are no
guys, you trying to find it right now. You trying to get pieces. Everybody know what they like for as coaches. You get what you like. Now the thing is, a lot of times, many coaches get what other people describe to them as something that they like, and then you get to see the real kid without the disclaimer. And that's a topic that's really, really tasty, Alan. We get a lot of. I had a conversation with a gentleman this weekend at a restaurant, explained to him that he could explain. He said, "Man, I do all these write up, or I can, when I'm sending to the college coaches about say, yes, but you understand what happens if a coach likes that young man, he's going to be calling around somewhere to find out what's the disclaimer. I know all the good. They done told me everything good about him. So that's what coaches do. You guys need to be that's why cities like Houston can be so tricky, because there are so many guys out there. You put 10 guys and line them up and give that college coach 10 cell phone numbers to call, and they each got one guy that they're promoting. By the time that coach make 10 phone calls, he's going to be so damn confused, because guy number 2 is going to tell you that guy number 3 through 10, their kids can't play. Going to give you all of the disclaimers on each one of them. So that means you're going to have 9 disclaimers on every kid. And then one guy that's going to tell you their kid is the best. And no other of those 10 is going to coincide with his thoughts of who's the best in the city, if you're following what I'm saying.
And I understand that.
So they just back out of the driveway.
Yeah, I know, but I understand that. But let me tell you something. And this parents, and you know how I am. I'm always trying to help parents. That's why I try to. I talk to people all over the country, and just try to. And this AAU, I'm this summer basketball stuff, because it's coming up soon, Jimmy. Jimmy, you already advertising for the icebreaker. So, parents, I'm just giving you some. He said something when he recruiting guys, and I know this is hard because some guys just got to get what they can get. But he said he really tries to, Robert, he said, I would try to recruit good families. And I said, whoa, good families. He said that laid the foundation for their kids, no matter the financial background. Then I said, go to the deep. He said, there will be rules that they need to follow and consequences. You got to understand, some parents and some kids don't have no rules. And he said he tried to recruit these kind of families. And he gave me an instant, Jimmy. He said, you can have a C student, that's fine. But if they don't hand in their work, what is the consequence? Are the parents still going to let them play? Are the parents still? I got another one, Jimmy. If you go to church on Sunday and you have been going to church since you can remember, then that is what it is. The AAU thing is secondary. I mean, he was just talking because he had some people, man, I ain't going to church. On Sunday, I ain't going. I ain't going to play no games on Sunday. And he just said, he said, let's not change things just to win a game. What else? I took notes. He said, And then he said, those are the things in the long run that makes these kids successful. He said, I had a kid come back to me and said, Coach, kid that played on my first team, he said, Coach, check this out, parents. Man, I'm building a house in the neighborhood where you live. How many AAU coaches can tell me that, summer coaches, that one of your kids came back later in life and said, Coach, I've got a wife now. We building a house in your neighborhood, man. Because he remembered his parents, that kid's parents made him follow through. He said we got to be forward thinkers. I'm just throwing stuff out here. You got to understand, a lot of people going to say they don't give a fat rat's ass about this. But a lot of parents, some people might care. Some are basketball coaches. I just want to know. I never heard that story. And he said this year, Jimmy, he said, check this out, Dr. Newsom. With all of this COVID and all of this players going to have another year, and Jimmy, the uncertainty of the transfer rules and all that, he said, I'm going to go back and start at the grassroots. I'm finna go back to 7th and 8th grade. I've heard this from some coaches around here, Jimmy. They going to go back to 7th and 8th grade. He said, and revamp until all of this stuff is messed up, so he can, what's up, Lawrence Pay? So he can have like a farm system and with, you know, all these people. He said, Jimmy, he brought up an analogy. He said, because the seniors this year who think they're going to the Big 12 level and they get knocked down to the AAC level, and the AAC level guys get knocked down to the Southland level, he said, then we have kids that can transfer right away without sitting out. He said it's a mess in college. So right now, he gonna go back, Lawrence Pay, and pay attention so he can guide the lives of these young 7th and 8th graders because of what? The George Floyd situation, the Breonna Taylor situation. Those kids will listen and teach them a lot of stuff, Jimmy. He was talking about teaching them everything. He said at this young age you can exit. He said because they're willing to listen more about life. He said you can teach them about the real history and the real value, Jimmy. And then he talked about the bonding time. You know, because I know it's hard to spend that much time. How many minutes a week do you spend with a player? Summer basketball coach. I'm talking to the summer basketball coach. All you know it alls ain't talking to y'all.
Well, Adam, here's the key to this. There are levels in grassroots basketball.
Mm-hmm. This was a Jimmy, stop. This was a shoe sponsor team.
And understand, a sneaker ball and independent ball.
This was a sneaker.
Those are two of the levels of the highest things. Now, travel ball, independents that travel, you have independents that stay local, regionally. Well, understand this. When you're in sneaker teams, if certain teams, most of those teams are in areas, excuse me, whereas they're not having multiple, like, Nike teams in the same city. You're not having most of the cities. There's only one shop in town or in the state that have been granted sponsorships. And of course, like Nike is going to have 32 teams down from 40 this year. 8 teams will be informed that they will officially be cut from the lineup within the next week or two. Nike is expected to release that info.
I understand, but tell me why you're saying this. I don't understand.
So a lot of teams, what works for some in certain areas because in certain areas you can afford. Where are they going to go? Like, let's say Louisiana. Louisiana only have one Nike. They have one Nike sponsored team.
Mhm.
They only have 2 sneaker sponsored teams in the whole state. I don't think there's an Adidas team anymore in Louisiana. So let's say, where's that kid going to run? Now we know where they're going to run. The Louisiana kids always been running to Texas. So, but if you're looking for that, your values is going to be implemented,
I
and
don't.
from top to bottom, as you just read, that means you may be passing up on a lot of your talent.
No. He got
Just
a
to get your
top team,
program going.
but he got a top team, but he got a program he still got to run. Jimmy, most people, I know you always focus on the shoe teams, and you went straight there. But some people have a whole program that they run. Everybody ain't gonna be the cream of the crop in of the summer team. But what about the rest of the team who most of his program is not a sneaker team.
What understand?
And it's more them than it is on sneaker teams.
What I'm saying, you have your odds are in an independent scenario. The Houston Hoop Stars were good because they had good players, plus they had good players made for happy parents.
Jimmy, he wasn't
support.
talking about good players. I ain't never heard him talk about. We weren't talking about. He was just talking about these young black men and the influence these AAU coaches have over them, and the time that they spend with them. How can I think you didn't let me finish the whole thing? You was just you want to go straight for talking about a sneaker basketball. He was just talking about he's going to concentrate. Yeah, he got a sneaker team. He got to. He's a sneaker guy. But he's going to concentrate his effort to his younger guys because he see these older guys are just these guys on your sneaker sponsored program are some damn fools. And their parents are some damn fools, a lot of them. So he was saying, man, I got to stop. He said some of these guys, they don't even know. They don't know nothing about the president. They don't even know why is it in their neighborhood, why is a freeway going right through their neighborhood? Because ain't nobody never talk. He was just talking about we have an influence. He talked way over summer basketball. Sneaker basketball. And if you had to let me finish, I could have told you this ain't got what he was talking about. That I'm just trying. I ain't talking about Keith White's team. I ain't talking about that. I think all teams, if you are in charge, not in charge, you are put in authority over these young black males. He just trying to figure out doing this this George Floyd and this Breonna Taylor, this movement. What can we do better to make our young kids more educated about everything in life instead of, because guess what, y'all? After a while, Jimmy, the EYBL, they ain't gonna send your ass no more sneakers. Okay? After a while, they ain't gonna send you no more shirts. After a while. He talking about the kid, I gave you an example, who in his program, Alfio Beasley, that came back and said, Coach, I'm building a house in your neighborhood, man. He said that made him more proud. He said he got 5 doctors that then came through his program. And guess what the doctors told him? Coach, this doctor money never run out. I can be a doctor till I'm 80 years old. So that's the point I was trying to get to, Jimmy. You wanted to go there. He was talking about, you had to let me finish. He was just talking about if you, and that's not your game. Your business is basketball. Some of our business are putting our youth in position where they can come and tell me, Coach Allen, man, I'm building a house in your neighborhood. That's the kind of kids that we We should, because guess what? That's where the majority of them going to be anyway. They're going to be productive citizens. Somebody asked a parent one time. I'm glad I said that. Asked the parent one time. What they say? They asked the parent. Check this out. He said, if he asked some parent. Oh, he asked the parents. He said, if I reached out, say he reached out to a few coaches. To parents. And he asked them, parents, check this out, y'all. If a coach offer your son a job after 4 years of college, making $100,000 a year, would you go to that school? I'm going to repeat that again. Took a poll, reached out to a few parents. He said, I asked them, if a coach offer you, come to my school, I'm going to make sure in your son's 4 years, he making $100,000. He got $100,000. Would you go to that school? He said 90% of the parents, Angel Vajero, Wesley Yates, said no, I wouldn't go. And guess what the reason why? Because their coach don't believe in my son. Because they didn't believe in their mind that he believes the kid gonna go to be a pro. So he don't want to go to that school because the coach ain't telling me my son can go be a pro. Y'all, this is what's happening out here. That's why, Jim, just why I wanted to cut. That's the problem that we had. And I know a lot of black coaches, that's how they talking to some of these young black guys. Man, you're going to come to this university, you're going to graduate. But no, they want, man, I'm one and done. You don't have to go to class. I got somebody to do the classes for you. Oh, that's why I want to go. Rick Brown, I know people are saying this, yes, yeah, but I'm telling you, it's some parents that said, no, he don't believe in my son. If he's trying to get him a job. Coach, Jimmy, I told somebody that one time. They got mad at me. I said, man, maybe you need to concentrate a little bit more in this classroom. Because this basketball shit you talking about going to be a pro. Homeboy, you're not playing like your habits are not lining up to it. Got mad at me. Because guess what happens, Jimmy? When somebody get to talking the way I just said this, you see how you wired to do that. Well, the EYBL, the WEBL, but man, even the guys on the EYBL team, Jimmy, all of them don't make it to be a pro. Go, Trayvon Duvall. Yeah, he's a pro in the NBA. I'm sorry. He might be overseas, over in Kazakhstan or somewhere. But we just got to understand, the more, Jimmy, you go out there, all of these games, you and Doug. The most players, you say, but 28 a year are going to come out of Houston and get a Division I college. And let's not even talk about pro. It's not even. But Jimmy, all of them have a chance of graduating, going to college and graduating and become a productive citizen. And our mindset just wrong. When that 90% say that, Jimmy, it got to me. I mean, you can comment now. I had to go there because, I mean, I see it so much, Jimmy. And then when they come back, you know, y'all used to brag about them. I know the ones y'all talk about around the town now. That he used to be the top player, but now he doing this, and now he do. Man, if we put a little bit more in them, they'll have more. instead of just worry about their basketball? Just maybe. Just maybe. And they don't all have to go to the Ivy League. But by the way, Jimmy, Andrew Berry, the boy, young man Andrew Berry, he's 33 years old. He is the GM of the Cleveland Browns who beat the Pittsburgh Steelers the other day. 33 years old. Yes, he went to Princeton. He went to Harvard. His brother went to Princeton. But y'all, and guess what? Andrew Berry is the shot caller. A lot of y'all didn't know him until today. Y'all thinking about the players. Y'all thinking about Baker Mayfield and what's the name? Landry and Beckham and all of them. This man, 33 years old, man. If Cleveland keep winning, he can be the GM for them till he finished. Let's start get our kids to understand a little bit more of that too. Jimmy, you can come in now. I just had to. I had to go there today. I had to go there.
Out of different strokes for different folks. Everybody's not pursuing the same diversified portfolio during their quest to through youth sports, and that's just the truth of it is. Once again, everybody's not in pursuit of it. That's just like in the event operators. There are many out there. Everybody ain't pursuing the same thing they do in events. Some people pursuing as much money as they can make.
I ain't talking about you grown ass dudes. I ain't talking about you grown ass dudes. Y'all can do it.
But kids emulate who they idolize, and so a selfish parent's gonna breed selfish kids. So that means ignorant parents will, in many cases, breed ignorant kids. In many, I'm talking about as far as their upbringing, if you have to be the one that raised them. Also, you have haves and have-nots, knowledge, and that when applied to the word knowledge.
Jimmy, here's some have-nots. Have pulled themselves and went to school and grad. It's just your mindset, Jimmy, because you are subscribing to the defeatist mindset. Well, everybody.
No, I'm just telling you what the sale is. The sale is, that's the lure. When you're understand something. Why a lot of these kids, think about it like this. When a lot of these young kids are in the 4th, 5th, 6th grade, they have options. Like parents call all of you guys, I'm sure you out there all the time. I got to call 2 or 3 that respond to a guy that has a son in 3rd grade. Hey, do you know any basketball coaches who live in the Spring or the Woodlands area? Because to send my son to. Then also he asked, I'm thinking about putting him in football too. So what's a good football program out there? And coach, he don't know. I'm like, man, I don't know. I can check some of my grassroots football guys, and they can see what's going on that side of town. What be your options? What my thing is. So that means there's a competition, or there's going to be not competition, but there's going to be options that parent has going to present and then introduce that young kid to. The options would be you're going to play soccer, you're going to play some football, you're going to play some basketball, and whichever one either the kid and or the parents feel that they like what they see for its productivity and fun and all this stuff, that would be the one that probably that kid's going to narrow 3 down.
Jimmy, sports is good. Sports is good. Use sports as the hook. That's all I'm saying. Sports is
what
great.
I'm saying. But then some people, when the lure is come play for my team, because we kick butt all the time. We're gonna go here. And guess what? All the coaches, now this is till 4th, 5th, 6th grade. We're gonna kill here. We got a couple of boxes of tennis shoes. We sponsored by this. And they do say that at that young age. We're sponsored by this. We're gonna get this. And that's the lure. You come, so that means the sale. And if you come to our program, look at our alumni. Look at all these guys who playing pro that played for us. Jimmy, so just come on through. So that's part of the lure.
I agree with you.
So that means that's the sale.
I agree with you with some ignorant ass people out there. But I'm just saying we got to know our value.
It's a seller's market out there when it comes to grassroots. It's a seller's market. And the
item. I know, but Jimmy, we still, as black, we got to know our value. We got to know that Coach K and all of them people wouldn't come down here if you wouldn't have value. We don't, because guess what? We don't have no value because you just said, well, it's all we got is basketball. All we got is football. But Jimmy, I've been in the business for 30 years, and I've seen the guys with that mindset are somewhere in bad shape, and the guys that listen are somewhere in great shape, are in situations that they can live for the rest of their life. I'm just saying, use sports as a springboard to get you to wherever else you want to go. I'm not, you sitting up here like I'm saying, man, everybody got the hell no. I done told you everybody can't go to the Ivy League. That shit is hard. Everybody, but let me tell you something. Everybody, I ain't telling you got to go to college, but go get a vocation doing something, because basketball gonna stop for your ass, young man. And whoever talk about don't understand that. Basketball has stopped. I told y'all the story about Penny. Y'all think I be saying this shit just to be saying it?
But that once again, though,
no. He did not want to go. Hold on.
Once again, understand something. In this business,
what business?
You just acknowledge the 90%. You ain't say 70%. You didn't say 60%, 55%, 51-49. You said the 90%.
Yeah.
The 90%.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
There's a market. So those 90%.
I'm not talking, Jimmy. I'm not using this as a bit. You use this as a business ploy. I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about your high school basketball business. I'm talking about the business of young men looking past basketball. I'm not telling them not step into your damn tournaments and that bullshit. I'm not telling them that. I'm telling them after you leave the tournament, like this dude Andrew Berry, who went to Harvard, who graduated, got in 4 years got a regular degree as a finance and got a master's in analytics. And the coach said he never slept. He never slept, Rob. The coach said he always worked. All I'm telling you, I ain't nobody telling nobody not to play no basketball. And somehow you got that in your head.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is let them be. Let them live their life.
No,
if they want to go run their ass in the ditch, let them go do it.
You know why? Because it's somebody who came and stopped me.
Okay, guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what?
No.
Guess what? So
somebody could have said that about me.
So here's the question. So Howard, let me tell you something. The kid who come from the both parent household, the odds are on your side. The kid who come from the single parent household, the odds are against you. So find the kid from the single parent household and implement those, or do something about, derive something to do something about it that can help those that are at most risk. And that's a starting point.
Dude, that's what this guy is already doing.
We're not talking about that guy. You're feeling and you're co-signing what you just read.
I've been doing this ever since I've been in this community. So it ain't about me. See, y'all just think it's just my son that's successful.
Once again. What are you going to do to implement that to a young person that is right now, that is engulfed in playing and saying that I'm going to go pro? Because most of them saying that that's part of that 90%.
I've spent 30 years doing this, man. That's why I told you don't know nothing about me.
We're not talking about once again, I didn't ask you what you did yesterday. I asked you what you're going to do today or tomorrow about it. That ain't got to do what you did yesterday. I'm asking what you're going to do today or tomorrow about it.
I'm doing it every day. Excuse me. Every single day.
Once again.
Every single day. I don't have to prove it to your ass. Who are you?
So give us the testimony from one of those young men. That's how a lot of people see their peers, and they see the testimony.
Okay. See
that you put your fingerprints on them.
I'm not a brag.
And
I'm
they
not
understand.
a guy to come on here.
And they can't understand.
I'm not a guy to come on this show and tell when I done gave somebody some leftover food.
Well, guess what?
That ain't what I do.
Okay, that's a decision that you had to make. I'm just telling you about testimonies. Testimonies are coming from the person themselves. I'm saying, so invite one of those young people to give a testimony, because they're grown now, so they're not a young person no more.
What if they don't want to come on TV?
Okay, if you've done, understand something, Al. If you've done it for 30 years, that means you got multitudes of them.
Yes,
one of them will.
Excuse me. I even got my own my own son said, man, I'm not coming on there. I'm not coming. I'm not coming on there.
Once again, that's one. I say one. If you've done that many, somebody's going to be ready and willing to share the success story.
No, this is what I would do.
We're not talking about a redemption story.
Somebody like you who don't give a fuck about these kids, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this because of you.
So hold on. Time out. I care. My input is going to be matched by the output. Meaning, if output cares about me, then my input is going to care about you equally.
That's you.
So and understand something. And I've raised thousands of dollars for funerals for dead ass kids out there and their mammies and pappas and families. So
what do you do for the ones that's living?
That did not know me personally. So that means that's not caring. That's not caring. I went it. So you know, I don't care action. I can give you a laundry list. You know, I love that type of shit. I can give you a laundry list of all the families that I done helped around here. Guess what? And guess what? If I do it for a different reason, then so be it on my side of the fence. But guess what? It's still getting done.
Hey, hold up. Have you ever?
It's still getting done.
Hold up. Have you ever?
Remember that. It's still getting done, meaning helping my community.
Dude.
Now, whatever the reason may be, that's me. But it's still getting done.
Dude, you do it your way.
That part of the judgment.
You trying to tell
the judgment. Guess what?
No. Your thing was you saying everybody don't want to do it. Everybody don't.
The 90%. You just told 90%. So that mean the 90% is the masses. That means they're not concerned about that.
Everybody.
They'd rather turn down 100,000 to go and pursue pursue the pro career.
My job is
so let them go ahead on.
Yeah,
that's what they want to do.
No.
Go ahead on. Run your ass off the edge of the plank.
Back. Now I'm not letting them go off the edge of the plank. Because somebody stopped me and turned me around. I didn't have a 2-parent household. Dad died when I was 12, Mr. Man. Mama had 11 kids, Mr. Man. Somebody had to get to me.
You come from a family of multiple college degrees.
You didn't hear what I just said.
I said you come from a family of multiple college degrees.
My dad died when I was 12.
How many of your family got college degrees?
That ain't your damn business. My dad died when I was 12. A whole damn lot of them. Yeah.
Understand something. I come from a family that everybody's been to jail, except my mama. Everybody, sisters, nieces, nephews, everybody.
Jimmy,
so it's a different whole circumstance, Hannah. So different whole circumstance.
That's not a badge of honor.
You understand? Just a whole different ideology.
I would hope we got some people out there who family ain't never been to jail.
Guess what? That mean the odds are on their side.
Jimmy, I'm not going to applaud the guy who got caught. Jimmy, I want to applaud the guy who didn't get caught. I'm not going to applaud the guy that got caught.
You know what? There's so many of my people out there that drove that car full of that work back in the days for me up and down that highway, and that's what they doing. Some of them preachers right now, some of them are real estate agents right now, some of them business owners right now. Guess what? Everybody do wrong don't get caught.
Reese Bugg said
we understand that.
Let me get back to the topic. Mamas and daddies, I know this is a subject that everybody is not, especially if you've been under the influence of this bullshit crap for the last whatever years. Let me tell you something. I'm talking to the people out there who be around these kids all the time. you spend more time telling these kids a lot more and teaching these kids and educating these kids a lot more than basketball. Because the basketball, John Thompson, Jesse Washington just came on the show, and I got one in there. The basketball, he got an inflated basketball in his office. And he said, this basketball is going to, the air is going to go out of it. And just because a person don't understand yet, that just let them be? Oh, hell no. I can't touch the world. But I hope this conversation that I'm blessed enough to be in a damn position to talk on can reach people around the world. And I got an email box, chopshop at htx@gmail.com that I can be reached if you need some help with this thing. I'm not in a pissing contest about who done did this and who done did what. I know this thing works.
Now,
you
once
can
again,
tell a kid,
hold on,
I let you
no,
and all of that.
Once again, you making it seem like you making it sound like I don't know what worked. Let me tell you guys something. Let me spell something to you. Just 2 years ago,
Jimmy,
I had a young man that I put the fingerprints on that was played on the basketball team that I coached back in summer 2001. His name was Hugo Ihekwazu. Hugo Ihekwazu went to Westbury Christian High School. He's a doctor, a surgeon right now in Houston. Came on the chop shop. Matter of fact, I think Hugo got a in the magazine. I'm at the pull out, guys. I think he had an advertisement.
What did
in last
you do?
Magazine.
What did you do to curb and help?
You know what? I'm so glad you asked that. Yeah. What I did is I'm one of the very few grassroots coaches.
How many years he played for you? How many years he played for you?
2 summers. 2 summers. I only coached 2 summers. What the hell you mean? I only coached 2 summers. It's just about knowing and putting fingerprints. Hell, there's some people you can meet for a weekend at the cookout or after church that can give you enough inspiration that can make you push forward. It don't have to be, understand what I did. Just once again, since you don't understand, this was never coached summer basketball before. Here's what I did. Nobody gave me a blueprint. Know what I did? And he acknowledged and he vouched for that. He remembered that at my practices. You know what they had to do? Every practice, every kid had to bring a business page from the Houston Chronicle. To come to every practice, they had to bring, I don't need you to bring a sports page, bring a business page. We're not gonna read it because my thought was on the way to practice, sooner or later, they will see something on the front of that business page that's gonna be a headline that's gonna capture their attention. Bring the business page with you to practice. So indirectly, he remembered that. 20 years later, 20 years later, almost, 18 years later, he remembered that.
Hold on. So I paid.
So that was implying something in their life, teaching them about fundamentals of economics. So that was the thing that those young guys get. Which Hugo was one of the rare ones that was from the suburban, because the majority of the team at that time that I was volunteering coaching with was majority was from either Independence Heights, Acres Homes, or Trinity Garden.
Jimmy, so you telling me, so everybody else, everybody who happened to have, who done spent 2 years with a guy, that is not what I'm talking about. This wasn't about me in the beginning. You wanted to bring, because you wanted to talk about you.
No, what it's about to me is proving the point that I have touched guys that's in situations with more than basketball. So why, think about it. So if that's the case, why think about it. Take a business page to practice. We're going to talk and look and let the kids understand what DJIA stands for, the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We're going to talk to them about NASDAQ, what NASDAQ stands for, the National Association of Securities and Automated Quotes. We'll talk about different stuff, what 30 companies make up the DJI. That way they can hear stuff that they will hear later on in life, maybe. Okay. But then what they get there is a way to understand the little portion and to maybe
That's
fall in light
exactly what I was
economics.
saying in the
So
beginning
that's
of this. Excuse me, because it was my host. I brought this topic up and you hijacked it. That's exactly what I was saying in the beginning. We need to do more of that. And I don't know where you went, but I got it. It just wasn't about you today.
I went to show you that I've done that,
Jimmy,
because you implied that I didn't do that.
Jimmy,
That's what I was doing. I like proving shit that I did. Well, understand something. Once again, I like proving shit that I did.
Jimmy,
that's just me. That ain't to do with you,
Jimmy.
So whenever I've done it, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay, so hold on.
So you know that already, then you know it's coming.
But this wasn't about you. This wasn't about you.
But Hannah, most of the time, if the conversation coming to me and you challenge me as though I didn't do it, then guess what? I'm gonna make it about me and show you that I did it.
I got on
and then I did it. It helped inspire others. I've been inspiring others for decades.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone.
From this
leave that alone. I was talking to summer coaches. See, I haven't heard you give summer coaches this. Hey man, this. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that from you.
You haven't never heard me tell on the chop shop summer coaches to go and take and go. And I gave tips on how they can go and tell the kids have them to bring a business page. You never heard me say that before.
Hey man, I just let you talk a damn hour. Could you hold on 1 second? I just let you talk and let you tell me.
You went through the whole conversation.
1 second. All I want is young summer coaches to share with your guys more than playing a damn basketball. I gave you a great analogy about the 90% of the mamas or the parents saying they wouldn't take this and take this. And you came with an excuse, and I debunked your excuse. All I'm saying is, mamas and dad, he's your kids. He ain't got now. I'm telling you, this is for your kids, and put your kids in a position. And summer coaches, I got the young coaches, Gary, and all of these guys on here. I just want you to give your kids more than, since this George Floyd thing, I mentioned it, Breonna Taylor, give your kids more than a basketball, because the basketball is going to stop. And I get a goddamn argument from him about saying that. Unfreaking believable. Unfreaking believable. Come on, man. Yeah. Are one. Most kids don't want to hear it. Yes, okay. But guess what? It's an option for them. You can't, so a kid can never be 25 years old and say, Landon, you ain't told, well, Robert, you didn't tell me this, but you didn't tell me this, or you didn't tell me this. Dude, hey man, let me tell you something, man. I'll never forget, man. I was on this show and I talked about what's the girl name? Harriet Tubman. I tell you, Harriet Tubman said she would have freed a lot more slaves if they knew they wasn't free. And I was talking about the people in the grassroots community. I even got hang up. Somebody came on this show and said a white woman said, Harriet Tubman didn't say that. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all please raise y'all parents. It's the parents. Please raise y'all own kids, man. Please let them know that basketball is going to stop. Because these guys will go back later and say, oh, well, what he doing now? Oh, he over there in the hood. He over there in the hood. No. And guess what? Some of them we're going to lose. But a kid should never come through Houston, Texas, especially after this show, and not understand that, man, this basketball stop bouncing. It stops, y'all. And that's all I got to say about it. It's 17 minutes after, and I hope y'all approve of all I'm trying to say is, man, it's more. You can teach them about redlining. You can teach them about state and local government. You can teach them. And if you don't know, I told you. You got my email. That's all I'm saying. Guess what? Like Landon says, some of them, we ain't. Let me tell you something. Everybody ain't gonna do right no matter what you do. The jailhouse is full of them. But it's some kids, all they need is a nudge, like me. I need a nudge. That's all I got to say. We can yabba dabba do this thing. That's all. I didn't. And guess what, y'all? I'm going to keep talking about this. I'm going to keep advocating for this. And I'm going to keep doing the things that I'm doing. Some people on this air right now know the talks.
And if a kid out there in trouble and they go to jail, they need a bond, I'm going to keep bonding them out of jail. Yeah. They need a character reference at the judge. I'm going to keep going, speaking to those judges. Yeah. If one of y'all people, family members die and they don't have insurance, I'm going to keep helping raise money for you guys to put your loved ones in the ground.
That's your lane.
You see what I'm saying?
That's your lane.
And keep doing that.
Keep doing it.
If one of your kids need employment,
I didn't say, listen,
I'm going to keep finding them, finding opportunities for them to work.
I never refuted what you were doing. Not once.
That's what a damn show sound like.
No,
that's what a damn show sound like.
You're about sensitive.
Oh
about
no,
topics,
no,
about topics that you have no clue about. You're very sensitive.
Very, not a little.
Very sensitive. About
very. You damn skippy. I take all that
no
run
clue
with
about
it.
that you ain't have nothing.
All that goes in the. All that goes in the bowl of gumbo.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna keep on doing what
I'm
doing.
So you made it sound like that.
And you can keep on doing that.
Make people think, and shoot.
Make people think
all the stuff.
Dude, I'm sure you ain't the only one that's done stuff for somebody.
No,
you just like to tell everybody.
That's not the challenge.
You just like to tell it.
That's not the challenge. That's not the challenge. That's not the challenge at all.
Let me tell you something.
That ain't the challenge.
You know, speaking of something, you know, no, but it is a player from this city called Brian Burton, your friend, that they called me. I had to come be a character witness in a courtroom. Had to come in and get searched for a basketball player in this community. You wasn't on that trip. But people do stuff like this, but I would have never talked about it because it's nothing to me. I'm supposed to do that.
Let me give you the understanding of the difference.
I'm supposed to do that.
Once again, give you the understanding of the difference. The difference is if there are certain people that have done so much wrong in their life, whether it be convicted or arrested for it, and understand that when you do good and save one, it's a part of the redemption process from within that person. So you've never been in that space, Ada. So that means every time in a space. Ada, you've never been in a space. Let me specify the space. In a jail cell, Ada. That's the space I'm talking about. So you never been there. You never been. Okay, so there are certain people that goes in there and they look up and the walls closing in and they say, you know what? When I get out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. That's maybe part of their tied
What if I
to the
got on my
community.
knees and
That
said,
may be
Lord,
part
thank
of
you.
their
Hold
reparations,
up.
part of their
Lord,
reparations given
hey,
back to their community. Maybe.
what
That
if I
may
got on
be.
my knees and said, Lord, thank you for getting me out of that? I ain't doing that ignorant ass stuff again. Hey, guess what? That's okay too. I didn't have to go to jail.
But
I don't have to go to jail
you
to
just
be
missed the point.
validated.
You just missed with a whole point. Once again, there are certain people that if they are in a situation and if they submerge from it, then to them doing good, that's part of their recovery. Put it like that. So to a person that's a career criminal, not a person that done one crime wrong, Hatter, not a person that did one thing. We're talking about a career criminal. That means you made a career out of being a criminal. Do you understand what I'm talking about? No, you don't. A career. It was a reason that I could not vote till I was over 50 years old. You couldn't legally vote. It was always on paper. And for a guy to come out of that, understand the career on television. Who in the hell gonna have a record and be on TV, on a network TV in a major city in the United States of America? Okay, you take a deep breath. Who else does it, Hatter?
Jimmy.
That's black.
Well,
Hold on.
Okay. Well,
Once again. Hold on. Once again, without a college degree. Without a college degree, you name another black man on television on a major city in the United States of America without a college degree.
I'm trying to help you. So all your kids out
I'm
there,
listening.
parents who are career criminals, okay? They what else you said? Something else about the criminal. All of this here, then it's redemption for you. It's redemption for you if you've been a quick. And guess what? It is all right. That's okay. But
absolutely.
Parents, before they go down this road, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Before they go down this road, maybe we can catch them before they have to go through the jail and the career criminality and all of that. So you got out. Everybody else don't get out. So thank God for you getting out, or whoever you think. But that's a great analogy. And listen, great analogy. And parents, you can listen to that and say, hey man, you can go this route, or you can go get your lesson, go get a trade, go put yourself. But parents, don't let a college coach come to your house. I'm bringing it back home to get out. Don't let a college coach come to your house. This is how it started, in case y'all did not hear it. Parents, a college coach come to your house and they say, look here, little Johnny gonna stay here. I'm gonna keep him here for 4 years. After 4 years, little Johnny playing here, I'm gonna get him $100,000 a year job. And you come back and say, no, hell no, you don't believe my son no pro. Hell no, I'm going to another college. And you go to the college that's telling you your son is one and done. Your son is this. I got somebody gonna do his lesson. I got somebody. Let me tell y'all something. He downplayed it. But after 30 years in the business, just experiencing that and representing some of them guys, I tried to tell the story. He over-talked me. Where had a young guy, no mom, no daddy, raised by his grandma. Memphis, Tennessee, was into everything you can ever imagine. Wind up being a basketball player. Made a whole lot of money. And I said, son, let's go back and let's get your degree. Man, I got $80 million in the bank. I don't need no damn degree. Don't speak to me for a while. But he went back after kept mad at me for a long time. Kept pushing it, got his degree. And now it's a job open up at a university, Reese Buggs, that if he don't have that degree, his dream job open up at our college. And he was able to go back and be the coach. If he don't have a degree, he couldn't do it. That's the point I'm telling y'all. Even if they got 80 million in the bank, you got to risk your friendship and say, man, I think that's some ignorant. Get your degree. That's the point that I was trying to make. It's the only point that I was trying to make. My thing, I ain't trying to down what nobody else do. I done enough stuff. I ain't got to, but I looked at that same instance. Crosstown. Chris Walker and his head coach got fired for Cal. I talked to the people at Cal. They wanted Jason Kidd to be their coach. He was a star at Cal. But Jason never went back and got his degree and didn't want to come and get it. He could have been the coach at Cal. He said, no, I'll stay here and be assistant coach. Parents, everybody's not Jason Kidd. Everybody's not Penny Hardaway. But let's teach our kids that, man, let's have this as an insurance policy. You always talk about insurance. I got to pay people because they ain't got no insurance. Let this be, education be an insurance policy. Go play basketball. I want you to play. I love it. I watch it every day. But I know, mamas and daddies, that if we at the 7th and 8th grade, like Money Mike and them age, put the right things in them guys, the percentages, I ain't saying everybody gonna win, but the percentages would be lower of the guys that fail. We trying to bring the numbers up, man. That's all. I see some people in this space over these last 5 years. Oh, y'all want to know, y'all want to do better. You want your kids to do better. Some of y'all don't, and I know your comments tell me, I understand, but guess what? It's okay. But some of y'all want to do better, man. And guess what? That's all I tried to say. I ain't trying to talk about what nobody, I don't care what nobody else doing. Don't care. Don't even ever ask you. Don't ever try to ask. Don't care. I got too much stuff over here to handle. So that's all, man. That's we done went overtime today. But that's if I get just one parent, one summer coach that said, man, I'm gonna make this commitment, then guess what? I've done my job. I ain't trying to can't say the whole world. That's all. But Jimmy, I'm out of here, man. You can yabba dabba and do this thing.
And don't forget, guys, tonight, Alabama, Ohio State, the money game is on 7 p.m. Central Time. The national championship. Hope like hell that Ohio State doesn't let the COVID reasons get too far in their mind and play this game, be competitive. But that's once again, that's going to be on the ESPN network. And also tonight, Prairie View and will be hosting TSU, Texas Southern, this evening. And that's a 7 p.m. tip-off in the Baby Dome at Prairie View. And those two games, now I didn't know, once again, we spoke with both coaches on Saturday in the overtime radio show. And I forgot to ask them, well, why didn't they make that game like a 4 o'clock game or something on that Monday, a 5 o'clock game or a 6 o'clock game? They're going head to head with the national championship. And Coach Johnny Jones actually did speak on it involuntarily about it and just say, hey, those that want to come on out of being that Baby Dome watching TSU, and Prairie View. So make sure you got plenty of action tonight. Also, high school basketball action around Houston. Cy Creek will be hosting Memorial in a 5:30 rare tip-off. That game will be 5:30 this afternoon at Cypress Creek High School. And starting that game is, of course, DJ Richard, who we had as one of the guests on the Overtime show on this past Saturday morning on 92 KELZ. Anyway, guys, it is about that time. We went deep into overtime today, and we'll come on back tomorrow. Have a lot to chop it up with on the Chop Shop, including a recap of tonight's game. Tomorrow also we'll dive into more of the NFL playoff games. We didn't touch those today. We'll get thoughts on those and what you guys think about some of the action from this past weekend and some of the matchups that'll be coming up this coming weekend as well. But it is time to slide on down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Monday. Hopefully this was a good top of the week show for you guys. Make sure you share the show to your timelines with your friends. And also, if you're on the YouTube page, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget, you can slide over now to the website, rcssports.com, our website, and whereas you can get a good helping of info that we've put not only in the VIP news, but also in the team rankings are updated for the week, as well as the class of 2021. The player rankings were updated this morning as well. So we have the brand new player rankings right there for your viewing pleasure.
For every class?
No, just for the seniors, 2021.
Okay.
2021. We'll do 2022 on tomorrow, and then 2023 on the Wednesday, and release the rest of them as the week flows on downhill. But once again, the senior rankings are updated. We do them every month. Remember, and it helps. So now it includes some of the football players who had not played in before December. Ones who played in December or January, they are listed. Now we don't have Ruben Foddery because he's a football star who has signed a football scholar, a letter of intent with the college. So therefore, it does that space can go to another kid. Big Ruben,
Damn.
We did the same thing with Big Marvin. Big Marvin Wilson, when he was in the 12th grade. Once Big Marvin signed, we no longer included Big Marvin in the rankings as well. So this is not a thing if you're wondering where Big Ruben Foddery is.
We're gonna talk about this one day. Because I see a little movement. I see some dude had a bullet. You know how some dude had a bullet. I ain't gonna tell y'all because y'all got to go to the VIP.
And we'll talk about the rankings and stuff on tomorrow. You guys can glance once again on rcssports.com. And also want to give a shout out and the dedication, give you guys an update. Channelview High School coach. This is what they would call at the end of church, the sick and shut in part of the before we get up out of here. Channelview High School head coach Coach Holmes. He was admitted into the hospital the other day with severe complications as a result of the COVID-19. No. Channelview High School has shut down their entire basketball program meanwhile and postponed all games. Coach I'm talking about both lungs were in bad condition. He had problems breathing, still had problems. And also, first that I've heard, and the doctor said as a result of the COVID, he got a blood clot as well. This is Coach Holmes. Many of you guys know him, and they're a very popular high school coach. He's from Chicago, Illinois. So, he has no blood relatives in Houston. So think about all his families back home in Chi-Town. I think his sister had to fly in, and he's
certain things she can do, Coach. You can't do everything in the hospital no more, Jim. Certain things are
they want that bed as well. You know, they want that bed. They want that bed. So he told me, I talked to him again this morning, and I talked to him yesterday, talked to him day before yesterday, getting updates. And he has a test today, an MRI, to see if that blood clot has dissolved or not. That's the key right there, is that clot. And also his wind. For real, he's gonna pull through. He's fighting.
It's real, man.
And that's Coach Holmes. And also, speaking of it being real, one of our guests on the Chop Shop, you might be good to tag his name. That way he can know, because you tag a person's name, then it'll probably go into their message box or whatever on the Facebook feed. And one of the viewers, one of the law viewers, Thaddeus Moody, give a shout out. He lost his mother, guys, over the weekend. His mother just passed away.
Right.
And so Thaddeus, that's why you probably haven't seen Thaddeus Moody today, you guys in Facebook land.
He popped up earlier, Jimmy. He popped up.
He was on there earlier.
Yeah.
If one of y'all can tag his name and let him know, and we'll start a thread on there. That way everybody can give a thumbs up or give a heart with it. That way it can go to his box and we go knock his box off the hinges and show him the support from the Chop Shop. Thaddeus Moody, that's his name. And you guys see him on there. Let's give him a shout on our way out the door. And I know it's a delay.
I got a quick thing on.
Oh, there he is. He's on there right now. There you go. Thaddeus Moody. Right on cue.
Yeah, I saw him on there. I got a quick thing right here. Why the guys? Oh, okay. I didn't see it. My bad. Okay. All right. It's so close together. I didn't know the high school is so close behind the name. I thought this guy's name was so and so. Like it's a guy named Rodney Johnson Bryan. I didn't know his name. I didn't know him. So I thought his last name was Bryan, but that's the school when I looked up at PJ Neal. So I got it. We're good. Good.
So there you go, man. Once again, that's Thaddeus Moody, man. I see the comments are flowing in. And Thaddeus, hey man, great guy. We got to meet him. He flew all the way to Houston, guys, last month when that and their games at the doubleheaders at the Fertitta Center in Tascasita and Shadow Creek. And he flew into Houston, and they got a chance to meet him. That's what the Chop Power. And so now, hey man, hey brother, stay strong, keep busy. There's no blueprint for this type of stuff when a son loses a mom. But I know one thing, man. You just stay busy and keep making mom proud. That's the only advice the best advice I can give you at this time. And until then, guys, on behalf of Robert Haller, this is Jim Hicks. We'll see you guys on tomorrow in 22 hours. Well, actually 21 hours now. But once again, you'll see why this is the best 120 minutes of your day and 180 minutes today, but of your day. And we are indeed your midday sports happy hour. Spread the word about the Chop Shop, guys. We'll come on back and let's get this thing crunk on tomorrow. Peace. We up out of here. Chop Shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop.